Avast me hearties. Fasten the mizzen mast and take a look off the starboard bow. That's starboard, right? Yeah, port's over here. Yeah, over there to the starboard. There's like trees. So anyway, folks, how you doing? We're back on board the old shipwreck here, next to the former site of Cool Mountain. It is no more. The other little mountains over here, they've changed a bit, but they did that back in Experimental Snapshot 7. Right now we are in, holy cow, we're in a rainstorm. Let's fix that real quick. Right now we are in the new Snapshot 21w37a, the first of the normal snapshots that you normally see that Mojang puts out for new releases. And here we go. And it looks like the landforms, not much change from Experimental Snapshot 7. But I have seen some changes in cave formation. In particular, a particular favorite of mine, another favorite of mine, which has changed, is what I call the Lush Cave Cliffs. And we're going to go over there. Which I had it ready. All right. Let me grab the teleport. And we're going to up over there, and we should see any moment now. Bear with me. Might have a little bit of stutter on here while it loads up. Okay, so here, these are the cliffs. And actually, let me, I got this to 32. No wonder it's so slow. I'm going to put it back to 25. That might help things a bit. Anyway, here we are in the new 21w37a snapshot. This is how the cliffs look now. And as you can see down here, and I'm going to set the time today, time tonight. Show off, where all the glow berries are, because there's there's a number of growing and glowing here. Let's go down into the cave here, and you can see it's actually pretty cool. It's got almost a way to get in easily. You can just chop away some moss here and some stone or whatever, and you'll have a place to dock and get up into it without too much trouble. Or maybe get in over here and make your way around. I don't know. Anyway, it shouldn't be that difficult to get in from by sea if you were to take a look at it. And in fact, you can take a look at the coordinates there, and I'm going to put the seed in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, it will be in the description. There you go. Seeds in the chat. So you can take a look if you want. But the thing is, get in here. Oh, it's look nice, big, huge, lush cave, right? Look at that. Spectacular. Little section up here. Back down here, goes in the back a little bit here. That's nice. You might be thinking, wow, this thing is amazing. It's so big. It's like lushly huge. I don't know if you can see all of it, but I think you get a sense of where things are. Do I have the brightness up enough in here? I only have it at 50%. I'm going to put that up to like 99. Okay. And you might be able to see it a little bit better on the stream now. I'll make another pass down here just to give you a little idea. And then there's another little section up here as well. And then goes down over this way. And you might be thinking, wow, cool. This is so cool. Especially this little lighting glitch here. Not sure what's causing that. back before 117, one of the snapshots had a glitch similar to this that I highlighted in one of my old YouTube videos. But as soon as I, saved it, reloaded it later, it was, had repaired itself, fixed itself. This one hasn't. So, kind of odd. Anyway, going back out, and there's a little section here. So yeah, we got all these little snaking little caves of stuff here. Pretty nice, huh? Well, it kind of pales in comparison, really, to what was in Experimental Snapshot 7. So let's go take a look at that. So we're going to switch over this real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, this will be real quick. Okay. And here we are. This is Experimental Snapshot 7. Excuse me. Holy cow. And you can see that up top there. And you can see the entrance to the cave is no longer over here. Got a nice little big tall waterfall here. Handy for getting up most of the way up to the top. And a nice little lava fall back there. Now the cave entrances are over here, and these both go into the same cave. See that here? It comes into here, and you can see the other entrance over there, and you can hear all the monsters here. Now this one, and let me check the brightness on here. Yes, okay, good. This one, you got to go back in here a little ways. More Lush Cave. More. Beautiful. Comes all back here. Get all this cool stuff. It's amazing. Looks like it even goes up there a bit. Yep. Now coming back over this way, now you can see there's entrances into a very, very large area over here. And it goes down into an even bigger area with this really nice column down the middle of it. Oh, look at all that. And then you get all this down here. I've not spotted an axolotl yet in any of these little ponds. I think, if I remember correctly, this is where they should be spawning. If I remember right. But this is like so much of it here. It's so huge. And, this one little spot of berries back there with a little copper. But yeah, it's gigantic. This is gigantic. And in the new snapshot, it's there, but not quite. A little lava all there with a squid. Hope he doesn't hit the lava. And I believe, yeah, there's another exit going right up here, up into the rain again. Let's clear that out, get some stars. There we go. And then you come up. Here we are on like kind of the other side of the mountain there, and you can see this little glowy bits there. On some of the renders that I did for one of the little evolution videos, you might have spotted the glow over there. That's what that is. And it's just great. It's amazing. And back over this way, we have this ridge that comes down, kind of separating these little bodies of water, and it was nice. But anyway, this is the old snapshot. We got to get back to the current one. So off we go. This will be a quick transition for people watching on YouTube. Alright, coming back up. Ooh, a little... Okay, glow squids. Okay, I thought maybe it was creepers. There's a creeper. Jerk. Anyway, oh, rain. Why does it always want to rain? Dang it. Fat fingered that. Oh, and thunderstorm as well. But that will be going away. Alright, and we'll also set this to day. Dang it, I did not do that right. Stop fat fingering it. Okay, here we go. Holy cow. Alright. And if you've been watching those evolution videos where I show how these cliffs here evolved, you'll, notice the big peaks over here. But what I haven't been showing is what's on the other side over here, which is actually a pretty nice big mountain as well, with a little smaller mountain right after it, a little river separating it. And like, oh, we have a little bit of stutter there. Processor's kind of catching up. Yeah, there we go. All right. It's like a little cave down there as well. How deep does that go in? Does it go into the side here? I haven't looked down in here, actually. Ooh, that cuts in nice and deep. It doesn't go snake. Holy cow. Like, everything is spawning down here. Like, literally everything. Holy cow. All right. We gotta light this up some. All right. Lanterns. It'll stand by. I can dump that. That's good enough. All right. Pop a lantern down over here. One over here as well. One down here. Oops. And I think you kind of get some of the idea here. Pop one up there as well. So yeah, this is a nice size cave here. Got a few resources. Looks like it goes into it a bit here. Oh yeah, it does snake a bit into the mountain over here. And then down into here. I wonder how deep it goes. Well, it kind of branches down into here. Yeah, it takes a few branches here. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid to go in, might get lost. And then we'd be in there forever. But yeah, a lot of these little caves in these new updates. Haven't explored this one before, so I really don't know how deep in it goes or where it went in the previous snapshots. One thing you do want to watch out for if you're playing this one is these little magma blocks there. Because you might get sucked down or have your ship capsize, your boat. But that's pretty cool. Now out this way, if I recall, there was a little village. Processor is churning up a bit here. Let's see what we got. 36, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But before we go and see that little village, I want to pop up here. But look at that one lone little bamboo there. Another one off to the side. A couple just kind of scattered. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. Cocoa pods. I've not actually found those in a jungle playing for reals. And we got this bit of a horseshoe mountain situation here. And there comes the rain again. Stop that, weather. Don't want that. Yep, sorry guys. And it looks like we got a couple little caves going down in there. Oh, does this go down to the same Lush Caves? Or is this a different formation? Water's flowing down there. How deep does it go? Lantern. Does it go down through, or just, no, it doesn't look like it goes down through. I was wondering if this might be the source of a waterfall we saw. How does this go? No, it just goes to there. Okay. Well, doesn't look like it connects. That would be pretty cool if it did. But, probably tunnel. You could probably tunnel down to it. That's kind of neat. And it goes down through the ice and all that. So a little spider down in there. Cave here with some resources. Looks like some snow covering it up. Oh. Looks like emeralds up here in the mountains. I said you can find that. This snow formation, the way that's going, looks a bit problematic. It's in a B. Okay, interesting. This, this I'm gonna say is a bit of a terrain generation glitch, in my estimation. It's looking like the stone and dirt and ice were formed. And then the snow on top of it, and then the cave carver did not carve into the snow. So yeah, either they got to put the snow on after the caves get carved, which I think would be the best way to do it, so that snow kind of settles like into the cave mouths and stuff like that, or else just have the cave carved through the snow. But I'm thinking carve, then drop the snow would be the way to go. So, bug report. If no one's reported that, please do. Please give them some feedback. Mojang, if you're watching this, and maybe you should be, there's your thing. A nice little cave in here. One of these little diagonal slicers here. Come back out of here. But basically what I was getting at, and then there's a deeper little chasm down in here. I don't know how far that goes in. One little bit of glowberry and some lichen there. Oh, but that was a clue, wasn't it? That this goes into another lush caverns. So this mountain seems to be pocked with these lush caverns here. It goes into here. Does this go into anything? Kind of hoping it would connect to the other deal, and maybe it does under the water. I don't know. I'm not going to dig into it that deeply. Out of the way, spider. Am I going the right way? Out of here? Shoot, what was the way out? Oh dear. Okay, I think it was up this way, wasn't it? Down the waterfall. Yeah, here we are. Okay, but yeah, the point I was getting at is like nice, these little horseshoe mountains like this, and I think I've seen others as well. It seems like an interesting place to maybe situate a base, especially if you want something that's maybe a little bit hidden. If you're doing a multiplayer, if hidden base is what you're after, especially if the caves reach down to the bottom there, that would be pretty neat. Back to daytime. Heading back over this way again. Back over here, there was a village, and actually I believe there's a village like over past this mountain here, which is another feature. That's pretty cool. Let's see, think we can make it all the way there? Oh, let's get the rain out of the way first. Let's see how far we can toss this thing. Will it take me there? There we go. Where did we land? Whoops. Okay. Most of the way there, I guess. Okay, we got a little chasm down in there. Oh, with a bit of lava on the bottom there. You don't want to be just jumping right down into that. Oh, man. Okay, we got aquifers. We got frozen. We got fire and ice going on here. Wait a minute. Is this like... Oh, wow. Got an ice sheet sticking out over here. But with the water going underneath it. Yeah, the water goes under over here into this waterfall. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And it's actually something you could probably engineer if you found an aquifer that was, frozen aquifer that was just kind of sealed off. Just kind of tunnel under it a little bit. Probably some caves down in there. Not going to mess with them. I will hang a lantern here. Maybe there's something down there. Yeah, that kind of goes down in there a bit. I'm not going to mess with it. If you want to, load up the seed. Take a look. Whoa, ice. Almost got trapped. Oh, a little cave in here. Just a little slit there. You can see it, see through. One of those little diagonal dudes. Oops. I wanted to get that in a little bit deeper. Come on. Boom. There we go. Hello, sir. It looks like it comes out over this side as well. Yeah, that's probably the entrance into that little cavern. And kind of close to the village. Things could wander out of there or down in this thing too. So I've been generating this area in pretty much all the snapshots just to get shots of the cliffs over there. Back over that way. But I've not come and visited this village. Wow, put a path down in the hole here. Could use some ladders here, guys. If you're going to use this path for anything. Do I have ladders? I guess I could help them out. All right. Ladder. I can dump that. All right. Just here, I guess. Whoops. Don't really need that one. There you go. Now you got ladders. So you can get to your path. Looks like they may need one here as well. Yeah, the urban planning in these I want to place it on that. Will it not do it on there? So wait, you can't place a ladder on the side of a path block? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. Ought to be able to do that. Come on. All right. I'm going to count that also as a bit of a bug. All right, so we got these little nodules of land under the paths here. Not really completely underlaying the paths. And yeah, they've wow. I don't know. I have to conclude something happened to this village after it was built and this whole thing collapsed, and that somehow the paths and the walkways were intact. And I've said it before, they need to improve the village generation to, you know, because this, it all looks like they're just, you know, it just generates a two-dimensional village and then just projects it down onto the landscape. They neither need to stop it, rain. They either need to maybe do some little terraforming around the villages when they're generated. I mean, they do a little bit there with those little blobs of land under the paths. But stuff like this, there needs to be a bridge structure, you know, something with a varying length. Either just, you know, puts the, you know, wood planks going across to make a bridge like they do in the water. You know, hey, doing it right there. It can be done. Do it across these chasms if they're, you know, if it's too big of a drop. Or else kind of, you know, engineer the path so it slopes down. You know, maybe partly down. But, yeah, I kind of like these shorelines here. It might make it a little difficult for access if you're playing survival, but you can always cut a path down. You know, I think a gentle slope into the sea everywhere. It's you know, it makes ocean access kind of uninteresting. This can make it a bit more of a challenge, I think. I mean, you'll find places, you know, like here, where you've got easy access. You know, you can put a little pier over there, or maybe over here, whatever. Something if you want something more sheltered, or maybe over here, you know, for the village. But not this stuff. Come on, guys. Anyway, and a little cave on the other side there. It seems like there's a lot of caves. It does seem like there's a lot of caves, and I'm wondering if it might be better to maybe have a little bit fewer caves. You know, I get it. It's the Caves and Cliffs update. 20. We're going to pop this just to reset the FPS a bit. That's a bit better. Okay. You know, I realize, yeah, it's the Caves and Cliffs update. You know, you got the cliffs, got to have the caves. And yeah, making the caves all nice and big and everything is really cool. But they're like everywhere. And with the ore generation changed so that a lot of the stuff, you know, doesn't generate or generates less when it's exposed to air, with all those caves, that's a lot of blocks exposed to air. You know, that's going to be cutting into things a bit. And yeah, I realize there's more volume to mine here, but you know what? It just means you're going to do a lot more mining. That's a lot more grinding. And wow. I mean, this is spectacular. I'll give you that. But look at all these air exposed blocks that are not going to be generating some of the ores. Or at least not so much. Have you seen a diamond yet? I haven't. And that's because these are exposed to air. They're not to light. There you go. Ah. There we are. Can we make this fall? Doesn't fall. Okay. I'm in creative right now, so yeah, it's gonna be doing that. Back today. All right, so if I have my bearings right. Yeah, village over here. Excuse me. Excuse me just a moment. I need to switch back over. Actually, I never did check. Okay. Just making sure the audio was getting to the stream. All right, so nice little village. Boom, here we are. Got some horses running free in this one. You guys need a pen. Oh, wow, look at that. See, look at that. Just the sheer, an overhang. Is that a good choice for a path? I mean, look at that. You look at it straight overhead. See how that message, see how it projects? Just right down onto it. You wouldn't, weather. If you were looking at it overhead, you know, or on a map, you'd see that and say, oh, hey, there's a path going over there. But then you get here and following it, and it's just poop. It's like, was there a sinkhole here? And this too. Look at that. Now, I like that, you know, the house kind of generates, you know, underneath there. That's fine. Sorry, just in my earphone here. That's cool, you know, having like a tiered development, more of a 3D kind of thing. But I'm thinking that that's projected as well. It just finds where the center of that structure is going to be, and then maybe carves out some stuff for it. Because it's just, you know, chunking right into the dirt here. Sure, if you just dug into that, you would, you know, find the roof structure and all that. Come on. Yeah, and there it is. There's the roof. So it's, that could be tweaked. That could be improved, I think. You know? Because that just irks me. You know? This over here even. It's like, why is there a path down there? I'm going across to there. To nothing. Yeah. Like I said before, when these villages are being laid out, I think there needs to be some kind of pathfinding going on. You know? Yeah, start with the village center, and then, you know, do a little pathfinding to figure out where a villager might go from there, and you know, and have space to plop a house or other building, and then put it there. You know, generate within those constraints. If, you know, it could be just like a close enough thing where, yeah, it'll carve out whatever space for, you know, whatever structure, you know, or fill in underneath in the case of cropland. It's like this, they've just put it right on top of the path, which is kind of neat, kind of weird. It's got that little tiny gap there. Almost tempted to try to throw the ender pearl in there. I don't think it would go in, but if it did, I feel like I might be in a little bit of trouble and would have to teleport out in creative mode, so I shouldn't be killed anyway. But yeah, kind of weird. Anyway, what else can we see? This is kind of uncharted territory in the seed. Normally we would usually do like some comparisons and stuff. Oh, this is a neat little drop here. It looks like it just carved into both of these hills here. Is it a whole bridge? Yeah, it kind of looks like oh, and with a not really a column though. It's more of a giant stalactite underneath. That's kind of impressive. That and that's some difficult copper to get to as well. And a whole lot of dripstone down here, along with a waterfall and a lava fall, which, you know, I mean, I'm not a geologist, but I'm wondering what's got the lava going up into there. I mean, is this column like, whole column like an old lava tube going up? And if that's the case, where is it? How's the lava getting up through here? Just kind of going up through this little section over here, then making its way up and coming down, I guess. Yeah. That's kind of neat. It'd be kind of interesting to see if someone can do like an alternate world generation to have all the lava coming from like big lava reservoirs, like way down toward the bedrock. Okay. Clear that right up. All right, so let's see. Which way was which on this thing? Yeah, that's where we were coming from. This is the new territory. It looks like we got some fjords here. Is this another village? Or just, nah, it's just the soil there. Processor's churning up a bit. Yeah. FPS is getting down a touch. Oh, yeah. But we're probably generating some new terrain here. Yeah, it's going back up. Yeah, it's just generating new terrain. So this one is all frozen. I wonder if it goes down below it. Let's see where we land. Oh yeah, down in the water, of course. But yeah, that's kind of where we wanted to be though, because I wanted to see. I want to get my bearings here. If this is like this whole big, deep frozen fjord. And imagine making your way through this in survival mode. Is there an opening over here? Yeah, there is. Whew. That would be a heck of a swim. That would be one heck of a swim. You would have to have respiration, and is there like a potion of water breathing or something like that? You'd have to have some effects going on with you. You know? Maybe even a conduit to get yourself going there. All right. Are we looking at a village over here? It appears we are. So let's head over that way. Will this get us there faster? Or slower? I think we may have caught up with it. Oh well. I was wondering if that might get us a little head start, but maybe not. And down there. Okay. Oh well. Hello, villagers. This is okay. Well, it's kind of disguised a little bit, kind of camouflaged. But you got let's see. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like maybe 9, 10, 11, maybe. 13. These two I'm not sure of. 11 to 13 structures, depending on what these guys are. Yeah, okay. So 13 structures. This guy's having some trouble getting into it. But he'll figure it out. Anyway. Well, it's starting to get dim again. It's a nice area. if you like the snowy biomes, this is a nice one. So in the seed, this is, well, you can see the coordinates. And looking back towards spawn with the compass, that is roughly, which way am I facing? Facing west. So kind of east of spawn. If this is the kind of area you're into. Like all these trees here. You can do some good logging. Maybe replant, expand the trees into the section over here. That would be nice. Reforestation is good. What else do we have? Let's look. Can we find something neat? Little split hill here. Of course, the big things are all of the mountains and such. Now, there is one that I do want to take a look at, and we'll let it finish doing a little bit of terrain generation and settle down. Little processor. And we're going to take a little teleport. Because over in around the Atrium Base coordinates, which is where we're going. Should be loading in the chunks any moment now because I believe these are already generated. And there should be a village around here. Yep, there we are. Yeah, this is the a village that's been a little snowy village that's been generating near where the desert village is in my Cowcornia world. And there is another mountain. Oh yeah, here we go. Nearby, and I believe this is it. Pretty steep. Pretty tall, fairly tall. I mean, it's not extremely tall. It's tall. Let's line up with the horizon here. Let's say it's about there. So, why 172? That's decent. More than it used to be, I think. Back in 116, 117. And nice tall waterfall to help you get up a little ways. Get onto that ledge here and then break one block and you're in. As far as these caves go, which really goes kind of right through, doesn't it? Now this is interesting because this one, this little stream here, and let me pop up to where that starts. There's like a little spring right there. Oh, there's a nice big waterfall over there. But this spring, it just happens to run down through this cave here and then down to this really nice waterfall here. And that's kind of unusual. Usually when you see a big waterfall on the side of a cliff or a mountain like that, it's just a spring coming right out the side, kind of like this, you know. On this one, it actually flows through a little bit, and it's not just an aquifer there. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, there's a little aquifer up there, way high up, but no, it's a spring that kind of runs down like a couple of tiers and then cascades down, which is kind of nice. And yeah, there's lots of little caves carved into there. That's one of the things that they added with the last experimental snapshot, I believe, was having the noodle caves and such appearing up into the mountains. It was previously just, you know, down deeper. Now they go way up high. Which is interesting. You might luck into maybe some caves that are at least to some extent navigable on foot to let you walk up to the top of a mountain. And oh, it is snowing and raining, and I do not want that. Oh, and thunder as well, and lightning. Yeah, that's a bit much. A bit much. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this one here. And we're going to continue on over this way, I think. I don't know if we've been out this way much. Let's see what's over here. I think we are going roughly east from spawn, which was the same way over to a spot that we've... Oh, look at this. Look at that. That is not far from spawn at all. That is not far from spawn. Compared to the one that I trekked to in, I think it was in 1.16.5 I was running at the time. This is not far from spawn at all. That was a huge trek over to the one that I did find. And we're going to, I think, do our little render distance toggle here. I would keep it lower, but I really want you guys to be able to see. I mean, this is not a playable render distance, really, at all. Because there's just a lot of blocks that get loaded in in these snapshots. It goes higher, it goes deeper, and there's just that much more that it's dealing with. And there definitely still needs to be some optimization done. There are a lot of people saying that really there needs to be some optimization done in 1.17. And it looks like the stream has disconnected for a moment. All right, that should be back up now. It should just buffer what I do. Okay, so now we have a deep water swamp here. Interesting. With glow squid, I think I saw. Axolotl! Hello, axolotl. How you doing? So is this where they go in the swamps? I thought they appeared in those lush caverns. I need to look that up. Maybe I am just wrong about them. Oh man, look at them. This is actually, I think, the first that I've encountered. Okay, is it getting dark out or something? Excuse me. Do I have a clock? Yeah, let's get towards the evening, but excuse me. Whoops, that is not the way out. Where was the way out? Dang it. Holy cow. Am I lost now? What was the way out? Was it this way? Yeah, I think it was this way. There we go. Up to the swamp again. Interesting. Little axolotl cave. Wonder if that's another entrance to it over there. Over to the fresher water section. So I wonder where they put the entrance to this thing. It's probably on the other side over here. Which way did we come from? Yeah, we came from over there. That was the big tall mountain. And so the entrance must be over here. It's got to be. Are we going to go in? I don't know. No, maybe it's over here. Maybe it's on this side. Where is the entrance to this building? Holy cow. Does it have no entrance? Here it is, way down there. Okay, so yeah, if you want to get into this guy, you're going to have to dig down to it. That's an interesting way to keep it secure. Oh, and then the rain. Been getting a lot of rain. Okay, so again, let's you know what, maybe that's not it. Let's keep the yeah, that's a different mountain over here. All right, we'll keep spawn to our backs. Keep heading east, I think, facing south. Interesting. So that would be east. I could swear we were going... I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's head east. Because I think those areas... that we were looking at, the cliffs, I think it said it was east of spawn. All right, we're going to let this generate a bit here. Let it catch up. I'm sure it's, you know, churning away on the behaviors of the creatures in that mansion. Illagers and all that. I doubt any of them would have been, you know, spawning Vexes, though. Because I was not in there in survival mode. Alright, what are you doing? Generate the terrain. Seem to be having some difficulty generating the terrain. But here we are. So far, this is just ocean, ocean, ocean. And one thing I seem to recall in the release notes was that it would be generating terrain in more of a circular or cylindrical area around the player, which does seem a bit more efficient. Kind of slicing into those corners, and that would have it concentrating more on the chunks that are actually visible. There we go. Are we heading east now? That's east, okay. Let's go. That's east. Ah, we got a little monument down there. Not gonna bug them. Take a little look though. Anything spawning down there yet? Don't see anything. Might be just plain too far away. Because I believe the spawn area, the volume that mobs can spawn in, is kind of a thick shell around the player. There's a minimum distance that it has to be away, and a maximum distance as well. Yeah, come on now. So if it's too far down below, it won't spawn. The processor is really quiet right now. And with all this stuff close up, there needs to be a little more generation going on at that point. Not sure what it was doing. Processor wasn't all that busy. You can see it's going out like in more of a curve now. Processor wasn't that busy, so I don't know. It didn't seem it was like doing like, garbage collection and all that much. I did just upgrade to Java 1.17 for this not long ago. And I'm wondering what kind of effect that's having on stuff. What are the optimal settings for Java 1.17? Because I think as far as departing from the defaults, I think all I've really done on mine is to increase the memory a bit. There was an optimization that people were doing to change the garbage collection algorithm that it uses, but the one that everyone was changing it to, I forget what the heck it was called. I believe that's the default now. So yeah, with like versions over like past 8 or 1.8, depending on how you look at it. Versions of Java, I mean, not Java Edition of Minecraft, but the Java runtime or Java development engine or whatever. Is that a block? Yeah, it's a block. For a second there, I thought it was a B. Anyway, yeah, I believe the default garbage collection engine, which kind of frees up memory that's no longer in use, kind of in the background, so that the program doesn't need to do it itself. The default method for that had changed to what everyone was switching it to optimize. So that no longer needs to be done. But still, it's a bit slow. So and I know that there's other methods available to it. Some people I've seen posted saying, one method or the other that's kind of in development in Java, kind of an experimental or optional method that excuse me. Some people are saying that they're finding those work better, give them, better frames per second. Others, not so much. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't know. So right now, we're passing over a swamp. Looks like some plains next to it. And with a little patch of savanna in between. That's something that I've commented on before. Some biomes, I think, really ought to lean towards being larger. Deserts, savannas, they need to be big. Trekking across the desert, crossing the savannah, that there ought to. I don't know. Maybe I'm not quite sure about the savannah, but it seems like those ought to be large biomes. When you look at how those are on Earth, that's kind of what you expect. But just like leaving a swamp and then just immediately just crossing a little bit of savanna into a plains, it's not really what you expect. I mean, it's kind of branching off of this over here, coming off it in little patches or whatever. So maybe there's some plausibility if this is like kind of on the edge of a large savanna area that maybe the swamp is encroached into. But yeah, I don't know. All right, so we get into a little bit of jungle here. with, I guess it looks like an oak forest beyond it. Which is kind of weird. Looks like more jungle back over here this way, though. But look like oak and birch over here. And then a neat little village with a mountain near it that is a couple mountains here. They have a bit of caving going on there. And a ruined portal over here with its underlying, what you call it, netherrack, just kind of floating in the water there. So that was kind of interesting. There was one that was kind of like that near the Lush Cave Cliffs, out in the water that I think early on was just up on the surface like that. And then in subsequent snapshots, it was underwater down on the seafloor. Still going east? Yeah, still going east. And it looks like we're definitely leaving the come on now. Leaving the spawn area behind us there. Oh, nice little overhang here. Is that going to a cave, or is it just the overhang? Yeah, that's kind of a weird situation for for such a tall tree. I'm kind of tempted to stick around and see how far down those vines will grow. Oh, but look over here. Little Savannah Village, right by the beach. Kind of cool. So here we got, yeah, just some flowers on the dirt there. Now, does this go into a cave or just a little well-carved overhang, it looks like? Supplement the lighting a little bit there. Yeah. It's not bad. Again, that'd be a nice little sheltered spot if you're playing in a game where you want to hide your base. Although, you can probably see from distance that, oh yeah, it looks like a place you would put a hidden base. Something more like those horseshoe mountains. Those, getting up there on foot, you, I think you'd have a less of a sense that it is a horseshoe mountain ridge there, and might not necessarily guess that that there could be a base inside it. So are any of these vines going to grow? That's the question here. It's really tempting to just AFK here and creative and just let those vines grow and see how far down they go. But don't really have time for that on a live stream. Not this one anyway, since I am planning to stop at about 12:30. So moving on. So this is a pretty good size savanna area. Pretty decent, I would think. And then the village right here, kind of near the shore. What is the structure here? Little crops right there by the seashore. Well, I guess this gets water. And then looks like some wheat growing, I guess. And over here, we got some nice badlands and oh shoot, why am I blanking on the name of it? Is this any kind of structure or just yeah, just a little sand poking up? When everything is blocks like this, you get little rectangular structures sometimes occurring naturally, which can kind of fool the eye. So this is kind of neat. So does this go into a whole cave in here? It says caves and cliffs. So we got the cliff here. Let's see if we got a cave. Just toss ourselves over here. All right, and what are we looking at? Okay, decent frames per second. Okay. So yeah, and that does go in a little bit, doesn't it? A little bit down into the water here. It looks like it goes a little further in this way. And that looks like it's going into the okay, yeah, it's opening coming out here. Alright, so it kind of goes through. Had to bust through, but there it is. And you get over here to the edge of the biome. And then I guess that was the other exit there. So yeah, kind of goes through. So that would be maybe a viable passage over here. Oh, and rain. Let's clear that up. God, why? My keyboard tends to drift around a little bit. The feet are not as grippy as I would like. The little pads underneath. And consequently, it is sometimes not where I'm thinking it should be. All right, so getting back on the track we were taking. Let's see. I think we want to kind of go this way, actually. Is this east? Whoops, hitting wrong buttons here. It's facing north. This way is east. We're going to continue east. I don't think I've done much to the east in these snapshots. Oh, that jungle tree has seen better days. As have all of these trees. Yeah. Yep. Trees growing on the Badlands there. On the mesas. Mesas, that's what I'm trying to think of. Dang. Alright, through the jungle here. I'm wondering if when you get to, say, a border between a wet and a dry biome like this, they seem to be trying to get the biomes to kind of flow into each other, but it seems like they're only doing it, on the hot to cold axis. And I'm thinking, and I've said this before, I'm thinking they need to also kind of look at the wet to dry axis as well. And yeah, there are some situations where, yeah, you'll see wet and dry biomes kind of next to each other. It's possible to have like a little oasis in a desert. I think if you have a bit of water in the middle of a desert like that, a little pond or something, having, the area around it be a bit green, I think kind of makes sense. All right, we'll let this generate a bit, because we're definitely off into unexplored territory here, which means ungenerated terrain. Aha, another woodland mansion. on the shore. It's like just that little corner is actually in the woodlands. I'm real curious to see the situation with the entrance on this one. Is it flooded? This is gonna be interesting. All right, let me check my FPS. Let's get the Let's let the terrain generate here. Come on, terrain generate. Don't just sit there. Also gonna, man, all those fat fingers there. All right. Oh yeah, look at it going way down low. So how do you optimize when the terrain generates? Obviously, if someone is in single player and pops out to here, then all of your mobs, all of your random event ticks, those are all paused. Terrain generation ought to be just going like crazy at this point. And yeah, wow, the memory is just fluctuating all over the place. That's just crazy. Anyway, which I guess is a sign of terrain generating. But the FPS is just horrible. All right, we're gonna toggle this again. See if we can get that back up. Come on, Minecraft. Respond. There you go. That's better already. All right, so let's see where the interest of this thing is, because I'm curious. All right, so wow, it just cuts into the hill here. And the entrance is over here, right next to the shore here. So yeah, I guess you have a land approach coming over this way. And of course a water approach as well. So we got illagers. I'm thinking we could use some pirates. You know, we got all these sunken ships and everything with treasure chests in them and stuff, treasure maps. We've got the illager font coming. Could we be seeing pirates on the way? Could the illagers be branching into piracy? That would be neat. Where are you, illagers? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow. How does... Man, I just dug right into the side of the building. So, wow. So I don't know if this happened when the building was carving itself out of the terrain, or when the tree was generating. Okay, it's okay. It's obviously disconnected. So I guess if you were, approaching this in survival, if you were approaching this area in survival, this would be generated and in range to be active and updating for a little while before you got in here. So I suppose these could decay before someone actually came into the building. Where's my dude? Oh, Enderman. So yeah, these illagers. Okay, there's a guy there. All right, yeah, so they're just wandering around. Anyway, I'm not going to go busting through walls and stuff. I just want to try to find my way out of here, get back to it. Curious as to whether the rest of this will decay or not. It kind of looks like there's wood behind all of it. Although that, yeah, that's just, that's planks. Is that, okay, actually that looks like it's the end of a log there. Because, yeah, oh yeah, because you got these things here with the logs set into the wall. So those are apparently enough to sustain this little mass of leaves. Whereas the one over to the side over there, it was not. Okay. So yeah, maybe that wouldn't decay by the time you got here. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that. Anyone who has come across a number of those mansions? Where are we facing now? South. This west. We want to go. I want to continue to head east. If you've run across any of these, you know, many of these mansions, have you seen the trees poking into them like that before? Or is that something new? Let me know. In the chat here on Twitch, or if you're watching this later in on YouTube, you can make a comment. All right, we got about 10 minutes to go here. Kind of following this stone shore, which is something that I do like. The stone beach, stone shore, whatever you want to call it. I like that sometimes has sort of a cliffy shape to it. And the question is, are we going to get to those Lush Cave Cliffs? Because I'm not sure how we line up with them. Because I think that was kind of more to the northeast. I think we're more to the southeast of spawn right now. I'm not sure about what direction we went. Haven't really looked at it on a map. Unfortunately, at last check, the chunky renderer was not working with this latest snapshot. Which is why when I put out my latest evolution video, I had to do just take in-game screenshots rather than doing full renders like I had been doing. Clear the weather. Check our direction, and we are heading east. Yep. I think as long as we kind of, well, at this point, spawn is basically behind us. To the east. What is this over here? Ah, it is a shipwreck just barely poking out at the bow and stern. That's cool. Might run into that in your seafaring. Is this just some... And there's another one over there. That one kind of capsized. Turned on its side anyway. If it turns over on its side, like 90 degrees, does that count as capsizing, or does it have to be like completely inverted? What exactly does that mean, capsizing? What's the definition for that? I'm not going to look it up right now. I'll leave that as an exercise for the student and for me to check out afterwards. But we're pretty close to the end of the stream, I think. Because, yeah, on these Mondays, I do have things in my schedule for after this that I'm going to need to get back to. And for some reason, I'm getting an alert that that Sesame Street posted on Facebook. Why am I getting alerts for that? I will see it when I look on Facebook, guys. And Sesame Street really isn't all that much of my wheelhouse lately. Used to be. There was a time I was actually a first generation Sesame Street viewer. It first came on the air when I was a wee one, and I watched it. Got the little activity magazine that they would send to us, all that kind of thing. I still have vivid memories of one time getting the Sesame Street magazine, they called it, and it was basically just like a little activity book, little reading and activity and all that. And I remember going through it and getting to this one page, and I'm going to set the time here, where there's a spot where you had to like cut out these little squares that all made up a picture and kind of put them in the right arrangement to make the picture. And I just went and grabbed my little scissors and cut that out and did that. And it was like, oh wow, I got the picture together. It was Big Bird doing something, I forget what. And then realized that I had cut up the page before turning the page to see what was on the other side, because there was some other activity or whatever on the back of that, which I gotta say, they could have designed that better, and have something on the back of it that was expendable, just like, some little, either an alternate scene on the back with some kind of indication as to, which scene you're looking at. Maybe have each of them with a, prominent kind of background color or something that was visible on all the pieces, or something like that. But no, it was an activity on the back that you would not want to cut out. And I forget exactly what it was. I don't know if it was coloring or what. But I was just really, really disappointed. And I was like, oh no. I mean, I didn't say it like that. That was not something I would have said at the time, because I forget how old I was. Certainly under 5, based on where I recall living at the time. But yeah, that was a disappointing experience. Let's speed this up a little bit. So yeah, the ruined portal. This is a well-ruined portal. This is one of the ones that have fallen down. And I mean, yeah, lots of lava there. Chuck some water on it and it'll be fine. What is going on down there? Almost looks like there's fire underneath the, like a little grate. Oh no, it's just some little glitching on the rendering there. Just a magma block. All right. So are we going to have anything over the sea here? We're going over a lot of ocean, which I like. I like there should be, oceans are big. I mean, look at what percentage of that's not what I need to do. Look at what percentage of the Earth's surface is water. Oceans dominate. And in the Minecraft worlds, they tend not to so much. And I'm not sure what the proportion is of land to water. Another sucking ship there. In these worlds. Did it increase with the update aquatic, or did it not? What we got down here? Another crevice down there. Yeah, they say the caves under the water will be connecting more often with the caves on land, which is nice. All right, we're gonna make for land over here. Because we're really not seeing a lot going on in the water. I like the ocean. It's great for navigating around, for exploring. I mean, if I'm in a world and I'm situated near a shore, at some point making a boat and just you know, following the coast all around just to see what's there, you know, because all of it's going to be relatively quick to navigate to and from, by water, and relatively safe as well. Because, once you get a good landing area, all lit up, maybe walled off from land approaches to it, yeah, that's going to be a nice base point there. Nice little base, or it might be right by your base. Excuse me. And a good starting point for explorations. And yeah, just skirting the coast in a boat just to see what's around. You can move fast enough in a boat where you can avoid most threats. Especially out in the ocean biomes and all that, or a wide enough river, I guess nowadays, with some of the river generation. Some of those are going to be wide enough so that you can just steam on down the middle of the river and avoid most of the threats there. Looks like we got a bit of jungle past this hill here. All right, let's set down here in the stone beach here. Can we toss a ender pearl down to it? What, make it? Okay, we landed in the water. Okay. Well, close to it. Close to it. We're going to land over here. Up on the sand. All right. So, oh, it's kind of nice in all directions, isn't it? Well, I think that's going to be it for today. It's been kind of a leisurely sightseeing tour this time around. I hope you enjoyed looking at the caves in the Lush Cave Cliffs. I think that was an interesting comparison how that cave generation changed. And because I didn't really show you, but just about all of the previous experimental snapshots, had that big kind of multi-chambered cavern, all pretty much the same. It was kind of neat. Is that? Excuse me a moment. Sorry. Is that a village out that way? Nope. Just some sand and sandstone floating in the air. Nothing to be excited about. All right. So anyway, I believe that is it for now. If you have a chance, go ahead and the seed will be in the description. I'll put that in the description, both on Twitch and on YouTube when I post this here. If you're watching that, just scroll on down, expand the description, you'll see the seed. Take a look at it, see what you can find. If you find any interesting spots that we might want to visit, send me the coords in a comment, and we'll take a look at that and see how it changed in the next snapshot. Do a little comparison. Oh, and it's raining. I'm gonna clear that right up, because we don't want to end with it all rainy, do we? No. And in fact, we want to have a nice sunny morning. Where's the sun? There we are. All right, so I think that will be it for today. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.